Pakistan often we hear about asking for money from Saudi Arabia. I hope and I wish and I pray that we learn from Vision 2030, like the blueprint. We need to get the blueprint. How Saudi Arabia has implemented the blueprint. They have something called VRPs, Vision Realization Program. So while the vision is, of course, a vision, so very high level, they have specific KPIs. The KPIs are divided into different sectors. The KPIs are extremely specific to, they will specify how many fintech companies they want in this particular year. And then the VRPs are implemented and they're held accountable. Every year they evaluate that, how are they tracking it, and if they're behind something, they will change things to make sure that they meet the targets. And the vision is, again, at big plans often get lost in translations, or if one agency which is driving it might know about it, but others might not. Here in Saudi, every entity knows their place in implementing their vision. So that's why it cascades up like a pyramid, because everybody is doing their part in it. So this is the science behind it. I think we need to learn it, and we need to learn from that experience. And I'm hopeful that Saudi will import that knowledge through inspiration, through direct learning, will come to us, and it will lead to changes in the other regions. The second thing is, in terms of the actual commercial opportunities, there are commercial opportunities in multiple areas. There are some giga projects. For example, NEOM is one of them. There are 5 other giga projects. And then there are sectors in which the government has identified opportunities. It's a very well thought out plan. So as I told you, they have specific KPIs. Just like that, they have identified that these are the sectors where we want to be. In this sector, these are the technologies which we need to have, and this is the areas where we want external investment, and these are the returns you will generate from it. They have done a lot of the work for us. So what we need to do is actually read and learn from the things which are publicly available. Vision 2030 is a public document. So it's a big change from the past. Often people say to me that, I want to go to Saudi, but I don't know anything about it. Can you put me in touch with I need a local partner who can be the gateway for me. Because they have the old mind map of Saudi Arabia, where they needed a chaperone who could protect them and be their local partner, because for many, tens of years, that's how they operated. Now that's actually not the case. Now, as a foreign company, you can have 100% ownership in many sectors. They want you to have 100% ownership. So what you should do is read Vision 2030. You don't need a guardian to tell you to be the gatekeeper. All of that information is actually available on their websites. The contact detail of people from Ministry of Investments, MISA, from other ministries are available online. And they're very responsive, because that's their job and they're being measured on the performance. So I'll give you my example. I was told that there's an entity, National Competitiveness Center, who run national business centers, and they first help you in setting up businesses. So I messaged them on Thursday, and then I didn't get, they replied, they mailed me, they called me, I didn't pick up the phone. Friday is a holiday in Saudi Arabia. On Friday, I was getting calls in London on my phone that, you submitted a request on our system, we replied back to you, you haven't replied back, but it's my job now to help you. So, the guy was calling me on a holiday. And in the end, I had to tell him that, I'm all sorted, thank you for your help. And until I said that, he kept on calling me to make sure that I'm being facilitated. And this kind of reception, you won't get it in any other place. So coming back to the opportunities in Saudi Arabia, I think people should, their opportunities are clearly laid down. They are across various sectors. Some of the sectors which I am involved in which I'm looking are construction, real estate, hospitality, so hotels, hospitals, education. These are all the technology, so infrastructure, clean energy, renewables. These are high priority areas for the government. For Pakistan, Riyadh, for example, alone wants to double the population. The doubling of population means they need talent. They need talent across the area. So it's not just the low-end workers which they need, which of course they also need, but they also need, the engineers, the welders, the electricians. So, that cohort needs to provide their services. The builders, especially for small projects. For big projects, there's competition everywhere. For small projects, there's so much demand. So people who can come and do work on construction, on building these new cities which are coming up. And then going ahead, when people move, because people will be coming to Saudi. So when they move with their families, they will need schools, they will need hospitals. So for catering for that demand, to even higher technology. I said somewhere that I think Pakistani tech can play the same role in Saudi Arabia, which Pakistani doctors play in the US. I think that's the opportunity for us to go there and provide our services and provide our talent, to train their talent, to be a part of their story. And for all of this, it's critical for us. And I emphasize on this, I know I've said this multiple times already. It's critical for us to first understand Vision 2030. It's critical for us to understand what their goals are. Because they have given a Vision 2030 is their true north. They've told that this is the direction and these are the KPIs and this is where we want to go. So we need to be a part of that, and that will only come if we do two things. First, we need to forget the historical stuff which we knew or what was told to us by people in the older generations who had experience in Saudi. So we literally need to forget that, because that will hold you back. And secondly, we need to read and learn what the new direction is.